spoilers. I hope that you're doing so well today. If you are new here, let's straighten it. Like I was saying, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. And if you're new here and you happen to like this video, definitely give it a like and subscribe. You'll become a beautiful star, part of our family. And on this channel, you'll find book content, lifestyle, fashion, thrifting, Halloween stuff, paranormal. And this is a little tiny bit of an announcement. If you have been a follower of mine for a while, you know that I do a series called Molli on my channel, which is a lot of Halloween fall related content that I pop up during September and October because I'm a huge lover of Halloween and fall. It is just, my heart goes pitter patter whenever I think about Halloween. So if you're like that and you like Halloween stuff, like this is the channel for you. I will be uploading content starting in September. I might even start at the end of the month, you guys. I am so excited for Halloween. It's crazy, and I know it's like 2 months away, but actually like 3 months away, but still. This video though is going to be about books and what I plan on reading on vacation in Florida. Some of my best friends and I are going to Florida, and I love reading on trips. I think it's so fun. It's a great way to pass the time, especially when you're traveling a lot on the plane, if you're taking a bus, whatever. It's always such a great way to pass the time. And when you're hanging out by the pool, by the beach, all the things, I love to read. So starting off with 2 of the books that I'm planning on lending out to my friends on this trip because I've been talking way too much is Waiting for Tom Hanks by Carrie Winfrey. This book is so cute. If you're a Nora Ephron fan, that person is the brain behind Sleepless in Seattle, You've Got Mail, When Harry Met Sally, all those good gems from the 80s and the 90s, then oh my gosh, read this book. It's so good. And I just found out there's a second one. My best friend that read this book when we were on vacation together, I finished it and I was like, you need to read this. She liked it. And she's like, there's a second book. I was like, what? And it follows the friends from this book. It follows a whole set of friends, and it's good. So it all connects, of course, but it's really cute, and it's definitely a rom-com, and Carrie Winfrey, so underrated. Definitely a great author and someone that you should put on your list to read this year. So I'll be handing this around, and I'll be reading the second book, which I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but I'll pop a picture up if I remember to do that. So that's what I plan on reading on the trip, is the second one. And then I'm gonna probably bring most of these, or I might like pick out just 2 or 3 of these, but right now this is what I'm thinking of reading. But the second book that I plan on lending out is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I have not read this though, so please no spoilers, but I've heard mixed reviews on this. I've heard that it's some people's favorites, and it's some people they couldn't even finish reading it. So I've never read Colleen before. I've heard mostly really good things, but I've also heard that she's really overrated, so I mean, who knows? I'm excited to read it though whenever I get the chance. I don't know if it'll be on this trip, but I'm lending it out to my friend. I'm gonna see what she thinks, and then the other 2 gals that are going on the trip have read it. Hopefully if I get a chance to read it, then we can all talk about it. I got this for 50 cents at the thrift store, so that was pretty exciting. I couldn't pass it up. Then, excitingly enough, I just realized that I have 2 books from the same author on my TBR for this trip. Had no idea. I actually had this on my TBR like I think in April or something, and I just never got around to it. But it's called The Wedding Date by Jasmine Gilroy, and it's so cute. It's they wrote the proposal as well, and I don't know if like it's the proposal that turned into the movie with Sandra Bullock and like Betty White and stuff. So this book is about Alexa Monroe, and basically she would never go on a date with somebody that she just met, but she thinks that there's something about Drew Nichols that's just too hard to resist. So Drew has never found it hard to meet women or to know just when to leave them, but now is on the eve of his ex's wedding festivities, and he's minus a +1 until a power outage strands him with the perfect candidate for a fake girlfriend. From the best man's toast to the bouquet toss, Alexa and Drew have more fun than they ever thought possible. But before they know it, Drew has to fly back to Los Angeles and his job as a pediatric surgeon, and Alexa heads home to Berkeley where she's the mayor's chief of staff, and neither of them can stop thinking about the other. They're just 2 high-powered professionals on a collision course toward the long-distance dating disaster of the century, or closing the gap between what they think they need and what they truly want. Sounds like something I would like, so I'm definitely gonna read that. And then I do want to get this one on there. I think I thrifted this one, but the other one I got at Hello Free Library. The same kind of wedding theme, but it's after an oops we made a mistake night together, neither one can stop thinking about the other. With Alexa's wedding rapidly approaching, Maddie and Theo both share bridal party responsibilities that require more interaction with each other than they're comfortable with. Underneath the sharp barbs, they toss at each other is a simmering attraction that won't fade. It builds until they find themselves sneaking off together to release some tension when Alexa isn't looking, agreeing they'll end it once the wedding is over. When the wedding date is suddenly pushed up and they only have a few months left of secret rendezvous, they find themselves disappointed that the end is near. Two people that's different can possibly have a connection other than the purely physical, right? But as with an engagement with a nemesis, there are unspoken rules that must be abided by. First and foremost, don't fall in love. It seems like, so Alexa, so these must be connected somehow. So I'll have to read the wedding date first. It's the law, not really, but I think it would just probably make sense for me to do it that way. I love Lauren Conrad's writing, and I read Sweet Little Lies, which is the second book in the LA Candy series that she wrote a couple years ago. I want to read this one because it's the first book, and this is not the first time I've read a series out of order before. And a couple times to me, because sometimes they're just like not marked right, so I'm like, which book is the first one? I'm excited, and since I already know about the characters and stuff, I think that this will be an easy breezy read for me. I loved the second one. I read it in like 2 days. It was so fast and the chapters were short and it just was like chef's kiss. It was so good. Basically, it's about some best friends. They get approached by a producer and they're like, let's make your show into a reality show. So it's kind of like living in Hollywood and being on a show, which I think is really fitting for Lauren Conrad because she was on The Hills, I believe. If that's, yeah, I think it was The Hills. She has firsthand experience of what it's like to deal with all the scandals and what it's like to see everything behind the scenes, and it's kind of a cool look into that world. And then I've heard such good things about this book. I've had it on my physical TBR forever, and it's called Tell Me Three Things by Julie Buxbaum, but it's about a girl that is new to a prep school. She lost her mom. This like anonymous person starts messaging her. They create this like friendship relationship thing, and I'm assuming it's romantic because it's a romance book, so we'll see. I think I might read this one first and then jump into the other ones as the trip goes on, slash I might just like fine-tune what ones I plan on bringing. But that is what I plan on reading on my trip in Florida. I'll probably come back and tell you about what books I ended up reading and a little bit of like what I thought about them. That might be something new that I try on this channel. After a month, I'll tell you what I read and what I liked about each book and what I maybe didn't like. But thank you so much for watching, and if you did like this video, definitely do like it, subscribe, all the good things, and I'll see you in my next one. Until then, shine bright. Bye.